Ratna Bhushan, a friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO, coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Welcome to ASGIS. ASGIS believe in quality, commitment, and success. Quality, commitment, and success. So the quote of today is: one man cannot do right in one department of life whilst he is occupied in doing wrong in any other department. Life is one individual whole. One man cannot do right in one department of life whilst he is occupied in doing wrong in any other department. Life is one individual whole. This quote of Mahatma Gandhi from the book The Words of Gandhi by Richard Attenborough. Source of news is The Hindu newspaper. Amazon urged to bring global insight to help Indian sellers. Amazon has to bring global insight to help Indian sellers. US company can aid Indian MSMEs, says Gadkari. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari on Monday asked e-commerce giant Amazon to leverage its global operation to provide Indian MSMEs with insight that might help them to better design and market their product. Design is important. I know that. Your role is related to marketing. I request you, if there is any possibility, to find out the solution of the micro, small, and medium enterprises with your international exposure. If you can plan product of designing, giving a new vision to all entrepreneurs, what type of requirement, choice, quality, and preference there is globally, there is a huge potential for a win-win situation for both, the minister said. He was speaking at the launch of the Amazon's India Export Digest 2020. Export Digest 2020. The company said the cumulative exports by Indian seller on the Amazon Global Selling Program have crossed $2 billion. It took 3 years to hit cumulative exports of $1 billion, and it has hit the next $1 billion in less than 18 months. Amit Agrawal, Senior VP and Country Head, Amazon India. India will never be a part of an alliance system, Jaisankar. India will never be a part of an alliance system, Jaisankar. Global shift opening spaces for middle powers like India. Non-alignment is an old concept today, but India will never be a part of the alliance system, according to External Affairs Minister S. Jaisankar. Speaking about the consequences of the global shift, including United States and assertiveness of the China, he said there were opening spaces for middle power like India, Japan, the European Union, and others. Non-alignment was a term of a particular era and geopolitical landscape. One aspect was the independence, which remains a factor of continuity for us. Mr. Jaisankar said it at a virtual conferences organized by CNBC TV 18 on the geopolitics of opportunity as the world rebalances. How should India capitalize? The consequence of the repositioning of the United States, that the big umbrella is now smaller than it used to be, has allowed many other countries to play more autonomous role. It doesn't affect as much as because of were never part of the alliance system, and we will never be. But countries who depended more than the US are finding they have to take a call themselves on many issues, he noted. UK vaccine prompts proactive immune response in early test. Scientists at Oxford University say their experimental coronavirus vaccine has been shown in the early trial to prompt a protective immune response in its hundreds of people who got the shot. British researchers first began testing the vaccine in April in about 1,000 people, half of whom got the experimental vaccine. Such early trials are usually designed only to evaluate safety, but in this case, experts were also looking to see what kind of immune response was provoked. And the last news is more than a crisis, a chance to rebuild healthcare. Innovations in managing COVID-19 pandemic can help India revolutionize care delivery and related outcomes. This article was written by Bobby John in Hindu newspaper. On July 10, the Director General World Health Organization (WHO), Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, acknowledged the success of Mumbai's densely populated Dharvi slum. In containing the COVID-19 pandemic, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Ahmedabad, and Bengaluru are among the India's major metropolitan agglomerations, and are also the current foci of the pandemic within the country. This point to both the speed and the scale of the epidemic moving within the densely populated area, as well as the success in the way sustained municipal efforts and community participation can together blunt the spread of the virus. The case of Dharvi as an example. Opportunity, opportunity to act. On the previous day, nearly 100 days after the first 14-hour Janta curfew day on March 22, the Minister of Health highlighted how 49 districts out of the 733 in India accounted for 80% of the nearly 8 lakh cases, with 8 states accounting for 90% of all the incident cases. Since then, the overall case numbers have moved steadily past million mark, and India is now third is global case standing. Despite this position and the daily accretion that are upwards of 30,000 in the past few days, and the distribution of cases are also present itself as the world's biggest opportunity to intervene and blunt the global toll of the epidemic.